And good evening to everyone. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Oh, says episode 11, not episode 11.
We are traveling back in time.
The pin.
It's now 12. Can you believe that? We're on episode 12 finally. Isn't that great?
I'll say finally when we get to 120.
What? What are we gonna be doing? What level will you be? My gosh.
5.
5. Yeah. That's how I roll.
Let's have faith.
Yeah. Level 5. Goodness. Everyone okay? Everyone had a good spring break that we took. Spring break.
I did a lot of work.
Let's be thirsty.
No. I didn't take a break either, but definitely was at Gary Con. It was a blast, and met a lot of very, very cool people, very nice people. I was very fortunate to have every single table, just an amazing group of people that
Amazing.
really enjoyed role playing, and we had a lot of fun. I hope they didn't think that my style was a little bit too kooky. But I had fun with them because what I did was I had one module that was the third part of a 4-part series where I had to run it 6 times. After the second time, I had it memorized, so I ran it off the top of my head. I even had the monster stat blocks memorized by then. And
Wow.
yeah, it made it really easy, and it made it like liberating to run it without knowing that I don't have to look at anything. And that allowed me to add more elements to it and make changes and things. And so they had this little town they would go to, a village that had four places to go: store, a tavern, a magic shop, and a blacksmith. And first 4 times, nobody even visited the blacksmith. So by the 5th time, he was feeling pretty lonely. The funny one was there was an older lady that I gave that Roz voice to, that hello, how can I help you? You know, and she had I described her as having some thick glasses that would fall off her nose if it wasn't for this large mole on her nose. And so this player comes and says,
Wow.
well, is that a mole or is it a wart? And then obviously, wait, she starts having this like, oh, this something I should be taking care of? Starts thinking about it, right? And they said, well, you know what you need? You need to get like a chain that would hold your glasses in place. So that was like on a Friday night. So Saturday morning, running the same thing again. When the party got to her store, they saw the same lady, right? But this time I described her with a chain holding her glasses. And through role play, they found out that she said she had some customers that came into the village last night. And they told her about this chain. They told her about, her wart. And now she went to the store that they go to and bought a chain to hold her glasses. And, she was kind of now worried about this wart. Well, that girl I told you about, somebody's daughter that plays, who has like, I don't know, she said, hey, I have like frostbite as a cantrip. I want to try to localize it on the on the wart to see if I can remove it. And I said, all right, but you're gonna have to roll a 20 and add your spell modifier. She rolls a 20. They're like, all right, like a surgeon, like a, what do they call it? In-office procedure, whatever. You nailed it. it freezes and kind of pops off. So then when the next party comes by in the afternoon, now I describe her with chain holding the glasses and a nose that looks like had a wart removed. It's got a little scar that looks fresh, like it was done maybe, I don't know, a few hours ago, earlier this morning. and and so I kept changing things, in the story based upon the groups that came through before. And I don't know, it made it fun. But I worry and wonder, about what do the players actually think. They're like, hey, this guy that does the musical references all day long with all these songs, and I wish he'd just DM and stop doing all this. You know, but I had a blast, and I think everyone had fun with it. And once again, as we know, no one's really watching us, but if anybody's watching us, and we also had the Jasper Game Day thing going on, which I've told you about before, I think, where you sell tickets that are donated for teenage suicide awareness, and they can re-roll rolls. And I had like some tables that were really into it. They re-rolled like 50 something rolls in a session, so you can't fail, and but it's great because it goes to charity, and a really important charity, and it would be really nice to just bring awareness to things. So hopefully one day people actually start watching our streams, and we start having things like that we can put up here, and maybe find our own causes, right, to bring awareness to. And I guess the only other thing I have to say about the weekend was that at the particular convention, people were pretty serious players. I mean, and they all just wanted to have a good time. I don't think anybody caused a ruckus or gave any troubles to anyone, and they would just play whatever they could and were happy. And man, I'd do it all again in a heartbeat. It was great. And the last part of that is on Saturday night, I was part of something that I've never been part of before, and it was amazing. We played an epic called We Are Grung. All the players are grung. There was probably 115 players in there and maybe 18 DM tables playing grungs. And it was every table had the same characters. So eventually in the story, they find out, wait, there's more just like us. Well, who are the true me? And, who are the true ones? The one true grung was the name. So you have all these events where you go to other tables, and they would you could have different challenges against each other, but at each table. So whoever's playing Buffy at this table goes, finds another Buffy at another table. I'm going to challenge you. And then the winner goes to another table to challenge, try to determine who's the real Buffy, right? And it could be a dance off, or it could be, it was just a blast. Everybody was running around tables. And then there's at the end, there's this long chase scene that had a die 100 worth of complications. And it could be that you had to sing for a minute. And we had people singing like Baby Shark at tables for like a minute. It was
That works.
A lot of people were drinking, and it was just so much fun. I was dressed as a hippie. Oh yeah, I'll send you guys a picture later. You can see. And I kept talking like, yeah, dude, it's all good, bruh. And I don't know. It was so much fun. And the writers of the adventure were people that were there, people that I got to run it with, and they're very talented. Some of the jokes were just hilarious. And it was a lot of it was based off of Office Space, or, hilarious stuff, just hilarious. And man, I can't wait till next year to do it all again. So Very long intro. But I was excited. If everyone's ready, we can go
You ready?
to the
Ready.
recap from episode 11, if anybody remembers it. I will try to remember. Say, you guys went last time, 2 weeks ago, you went to decided to discuss everything that you had learned while some of you went to the library and some of you went to the private viewing and did not want to discuss it at Casa Quixote because of mistrust for Malister.
Yeah.
And you decided to go to Café de
Café de
Casim
Casim.
and of course see Casim. Casim was trying out some tea that wasn't quite ready for prime time. He did not want to sell it to you yet, but he did sell you some coffee. And because of Rose's date that is approaching tonight, maybe in the wee hours, you wanted to find some materials to make some clothes or some clothes or dresses and things like that. So you asked Kasim or mentioned it to Kasim, and Kasim said he had I believe,
Okay.
friend or distant
Your
relative,
cousin.
It's
cousin. Well, is it really? We don't know, but definitely someone who he knows. And after you guys talked for a while and found this messenger person that came by you, kind of looked at you strangely as they walked in. They left a message with Kasim, and on the way out, you invited them to sit at the table and start prying information out of them. And
With food.
yes, that always works. With pastries, I believe you had some pastries
and money.
and
We
money.
And money.
like 2 silver.
These are all very good ways to loosen someone's tongue. And so, yes, with pastries and money, you were, I guess, pried some information out of, but wasn't really anything major other than the fact that he goes around town um, delivering messages. I believe you heard about maybe some other stuff.
He told us that he thought the insomnia sickness thingy was linked somehow with getting drunk a lot and the use of some mushrooms, I guess. My notes are like I was drunk while taking them. I'm not sure. He told us something about crystals and mushrooms.
I believe that he was saying, of course, rumors. That he didn't really believe in this insomnia thing. He thinks it's just a way to get out of working, right? Because
Working,
he knows some people that drank too much and then said, "Oh, I don't want to work," so they have that sickness with the insomnia that seems to be going around the city, but hasn't personally seen or knows anything. Just all rumors, obviously, by traveling around giving messages to the whole city. Does have some probably good rumors here or there, but yes, something about narcotics that are fungi related, mushrooms or something like crystal based, and then kind of let it be aware that he did read the message he was supposed to be delivering, and then left. You guys decided afterwards that Kasim said about his cousin where it was in some plaza, that he would be parked there on this day. So you proceeded to the plaza. You negotiated some.
We saw the letter before. When we got a new show, we are bodyguards to some Lady Vin, and it has something to do with Clarisse's sister. Dun, dun, dun.
Yes. That is correct. And then you went to go get the clothes. And I believe
Yes.
Roze bought something very nice. Roze, do you remember what you bought?
I got a sewing kit and I got lots of fabric with the special scissors.
And Hugh, how did I get? Did someone click off for a moment? I got you guys backwards. How did that happen?
I did. I needed to check the door. I'm sorry.
It was
Silence
you.
now, yay.
It was you. It was you. All right, I gotta go look at that
We could
picture
do this.
again.
We could have a Halloween episode. Everyone switches
Halloween.
places.
Oh yeah.
We're good now? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
the wonders of OBS. So, you bought something as well. Very beautiful.
Well, I didn't buy it. The girls bought it for me, but it was a
Clarisse.
scarf. Clarisse bought it for me, and
Yes.
it was a scarf, and I was really thankful about it.
That is correct. And then you left and went back to Casa Quixote, where you guys started making arts and crafts. And I believe Roze made a beautiful bouquet of flowers out of this material. You each did some skill checks to see how well it would come out, and it came out pretty good. Definitely.
It took us like 5 hours, so.
Well, it took some time.
It took us a while, yeah.
But you had some time as you realized that all of the plans that you had been making to go into the boat had been kind of casted off as an opportunity arose of a kind of private party that you were going to accompany an operative who is or at least goes by a black market type merchant named Lady Vin. And you guys would pose as the bodyguards to Lady Vin and get invited into this kind of private club party thing that's going on clandestinely, as it always seems like everything's clandestine in the city. And at that time, Lady Vin arrived, introduced herself. Some of you had the temperature go up on the thermostat. And she
Guilty.
and she opened the carriage and waited for you. You had to go up top and help with the driver and their top hat. But these two beautiful white horses and the mahogany with gold trimmed carriage that seemed way too expensive, but kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Where gaudy, gaudy, but someone who wants to show that they have the wares would probably have, right? So you got into the carriage began, and that is where we ended. And that is where we begin tonight. So, Horny Dilemma. You find yourselves in the carriage, the three of you, Roze, Clarisse, and Cyrus, with Lady Vin, as the clip-clop of the horse goes through the city streets and appears to somehow, well, we'll get to that, I guess. It just goes through the city streets and has pretty good suspension, as you're not bouncing around too much.
Amazing.
She has her.
Well, I'd hope in a cart that looked like this, we wouldn't be bouncing about.
Yes, it is definitely worth every penny or copper that it cost, which would be in the thousands.
I think this cost of platinum.
Quite a bit. And she's sitting there, actually takes off the hat and places that hat that we discussed, that black hat that came, the sides would fold up, and places it on a knee. And you see this, it's jet black hair, it's just going straight back. And she places her hair
Oh my god.
through it and kind of makes it curve down her left shoulder and fall forward some, and looks around and says, "So, are you ready for tonight?"
No.
Excuse what? Oh, I was just about to ask, is there anything we should know about this event?
Yes, of course. Well, hmm, it is,
You have such pretty hair, just saying.
well, that as well. Thank you. I wasn't expecting that. No,
Yes, sneak attack.
I want you to understand that we're going is very dangerous. No.
Yes.
So I am supposed to be finding for them this, say they're going to ask me to procure something abnormal outside the what any merchants should be able to find. It's I don't know what it is, but I have had some dealings with others in these circles and sold some extravagant items that came from noble houses that should not have come from these houses, if you understand, and piqued their interest, shall we say, looking to try to get closer to this. I don't understand this group that is, don't know what their end game is, producing this strange narcotics that cause people not to be able to sleep. What is this? They operate in very secret circles, but we know that they have some strange vices and they have friends that are in the government. And so tonight they have one of these impromptu parties. There are going to be maybe some nobles there who aren't supposed to be there. Do you understand? Of course, a very rough crowd because these people are, but they're selling their drugs, things into the city. We don't really know who is behind this. Supposedly, somehow related to shipping and all of this. That's I don't know, but we are going to find out. Yes, and that is why you must come and keep. You have to play the role. Yes, we're not
Is
looking.
there a chance? Is there a chance someone knows you there? Are you in danger if someone identifies you?
No, I am known as a person of means that can acquire things for people with gold. And
Okay.
I don't believe that my cover has been blown. So
Should we call you ma'am or Miss Vin or what would be good?
Maybe mistress.
Mistress, I like that.
I don't like mistress. I'm nobody's mistress.
Oh, okay.
Lady Vin is suffice.
Oh,
Lady
All right,
Vin.
Lady Vin.
all right, Lady Vin. Um, About this thing you say you have to find, you have absolutely no clue what it is.
Oh, I have been granted an audience and to partake in some of their games that they play. They play these games. I don't know. Maybe dice.
Oh,
And
they play
things.
games?
Yes. They have maybe some type of.
Oh,
I don't know. There's rumors. I don't know. I don't.
oh,
We will know now because this is. I believe we haven't had any nobles that. How can I put it? Run our side that have been invited to anything. We do not know where they operate. We believe. Well, we know it's outside of town. How are they coming and going? We do not know. We believe by water. But all of these things are
right.
just conjectures. We don't know. We are going to
But
leave because we're paying the guards. And if you have coin, you can come and go. Somewhere,
All right.
we're going to find out. There will be guards there. They will be watching you. So play the part. Keep your eyes open. Let's try to leave alive. Let's try to not cause any ruckus, so to speak.
Anyone we should be worried of?
Everyone there.
Hmm. Got
If they are there, they are not our friends.
We get to be criminals again.
Yes, if you know how to play
Yeah.
the part of criminals, I've told you have the tattoo. Of course, all of you have the tattoo.
Yeah.
So no one
Will
should
this
be
be a
asking
problem?
you.
And I
Please,
show her the ring. Will this be a problem? Is someone identify this? And I don't know.
well, I don't believe, but there's nothing we can do about this. It's
No,
not like you can.
it doesn't go off.
It does not. But
Mm-mm.
Oh, I don't think I have gloves either.
if
No.
if our suspicions about certain members of the Casa Quixote is correct, then it should not be surprising to find them in the midst of this type of. And plus, it does rather lend a little prestige to me, yes? I have guards that work Casa Quixote. I do not believe any of these nobles have guards that you can dispatch and they poof, come back. No offense,
Sounds
of
good.
course, no offense, but this
Oh,
does. It makes you rather unique, does it not?
You worded it weird. Like we are disposable.
well, we are criminals. We are possible, but we are gonna do a good job. So it's alright, aren't we?
Yes.
Aren't
We're
we?
going to do a good job.
Well, of course. This is the was the mission.
Alright. So no one to be wary of except everyone, actually, but there's no, let's say, subject of interest we should be looking for. Like, I don't know, some major novel or someone in the guard.
I would like to say that we need to keep our eyes open for everyone, but
Everyone.
without tipping them off.
Mhm.
I am going to play my part as the ruthless Lady Vin. And I do not have armor. And
that makes 3 of us without armor.
Would you like some help with that? I was gonna put some armor on myself before I went in, but I could help you too.
I do not need. I have my own means of protecting myself. And I have.
Okay.
And she leans forward and reaches her back, pulls out a very interesting jeweled dagger. It kind of
Oh,
curves up a little bit, and it was in a sheath. Takes out the sheath, and it kind of curves up, and in the hilt has some 3 well placed emeralds.
nice. I have a dagger too. I pull out my dagger, but it's just a regular old dagger.
You see,
I'll put it back.
before I became Lady Vin, I did my own jobs.
Really?
Yes. I was in the business of
Wow.
disappearance.
Ah, taking people for vacations that they never return from.
Yes, they went to far off lands to meet with the raven mistress.
Oh, to live on a farm.
Yes,
That's where all our pets went.
exactly. So we must be careful and vigilant. We do not know what we will find.
We will. Do not worry.
While that's happening, Hugh, you are getting a really nice view of the city, and you realize, hey, we're going towards the city gates, like to get out of here. And the driver looks at you a couple times, but looks at your scarf, but doesn't really say anything. Um, just keeps going,
It's a
steers the
great
horses.
scarf.
When you get to the gate, you see someone who's familiar, kind of in the shadows, but with the hood down, not up. And you recognize him, Liam, for a moment as he goes out of the shadows to look. He prods one of the guards to go to the carriage. The guard comes up and says, "Be quick about it." And the driver hands the reins to you, says, "Hold these." Pulls out a pouch, tosses it. "It's all there." "Yeah, yeah." And he runs, motions with his head to 2 other guards. They come running out. They open the gate. See the gate slowly cranking open. He grabs the reins from you. And clip clop, clip clop, clip clop. Y'all go through outside of the city. You haven't been outside of the city. Now, any of you would notice if you would look outside the window and pull the curtain, but it's curtains. You'd have to move it to see. But the sound is different. The echoing does not sound like the echoing of the city. You sound like the clip clop on a dirt path. And as they go about 5 minutes on the road, Hugh, give me a perception roll. Do you have night vision? Dark vision? With disadvantage.
You're mute too.
I have dark vision. I'm sorry.
What's still with disadvantage because it's dark. It's dark outside. Very dark.
But I do have dark.
Yeah, well, if you didn't have dark vision, you really shouldn't be rolling. You wouldn't have seen. You
Okay.
wouldn't see anything.
Then perception with disadvantage.
Yes. Let's see it.
All right.
What do we got?
My fingers. Mm.
Oh, nice. That's pretty good.
Wait, I don't see it.
Really
Oh.
good, yeah.
Wow. 21.
Those are some good
That's the best disadvantage ever.
Wow,
Oh.
21. A 19 and an 18. Oh, you don't like my 19? Okay, I'll give you an 18. Coming off, kind of off the path, about 20 feet off, you notice movement through the weeds. Someone moving really low to the right side, and they're approaching the road like they're going to intercept.
I grab the driver by the elbow, like stop the cart.
Why?
Just
Why?
do it.
Whoa! Why? And then you hear.
I get down of the cart.
Gonna like, are there windows or can I just lean out?
They have curtains.
Well,
What's going on, Hugh?
well, why have we
Everything
stopped?
all right?
Why have we stopped?
I don't know. I'll open the door and get down.
I don't think it's best that we leave the carriage. I don't understand.
What's
And
going
There
on,
must
Hugh?
be something that's happening.
two figures come, Hugh. One from the right, one from the left suddenly appears. You now see someone from the left. There are two humanoids. Hard to tell at this distance exactly what they are because they are hooded and cloaked, but they do both carry large spear, and they're wearing armor. You can tell. And as they approach you, one of them raises his left hand and says, "Hello, it's the carriage of Lady Vin."
What?
Well, is it or isn't it?
Who
That's right.
cares?
Well,
Good job.
Oh, are we expecting someone, Lady Vin?
well,
There are two-
I do not
two guys
know what
outside.
this is. I was told that we'd ride out of town and someone would come in. I don't know. Escort us to the location. I was told.
I'll point at Hugh and send him a message and say, Lady Vin just told us that someone will be escorting us. So maybe this is our escort? That's what you hear in your head, Hugh.
The guy comes up and he pulls out a little bag. And you see he's got blindfolds. Multiple blindfolds. Well, oh, how many? 1, 2. How many inside? 4. All right, 6. But you're not going to be able to drive that, huh? Let me think. Well, 2 will have to ride on horses with us. And we'll have 1 in the carriage and 1 driving. We have some friends coming. He whistles. And you see. You do what?
I don't think a horse can hold my weight.
Well, you can stay up top. We're going to have someone drive it for you. you're going to have to wear a blindfold, and someone will have to go in there and blindfold everyone else, including this invited Lady Vin. You must understand, well, this is how it is. You're coming or you're coming. If not, it'll be a disappointment, but this is how it's done. Everyone agrees to this. Always.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yes. All right.
So while
We'll
they were
figure this out.
talking, I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself.
All right. That's 8 hours, right?
Guys.
Yeah.
All right. Rose has
I'm a-
mage armor.
I'm gonna burn the sorcery point, so now it's 16 hours.
Whoa.
Wow.
Damn.
All right.
Just to be sure. Just
Okay.
gonna-
You're going to have that for a while.
Yep.
Even for
I
the
don't
date.
trust these fools.
It'll be hard for someone to touch you.
Well, she must have protection, right?
Aha. So yeah. They come up, you see two riders come, and there's 4 horses. And one of them gets down. These guys have bows strapped around their backs. It appears that they also have a sword at their side, no spears. They come up and say, well, how many? Well, there's 4 inside ticks. Well, right, talking. And after a moment, all right, this is how we're going to do it. Bertram, you get up. This one guy goes up, and he looks at you, Hugh. Come on.
I follow.
He hands you this strange black mask you haven't ever seen before, and tells you, put it on.
I think that these are made for humans, like humanoids, and I go like I try to put it on.
It actually adjusts to you. And
Oh.
as soon as it touches your nose, it just suddenly like attaches and wraps, and it locks in place. And you not only can't see, but you feel vertigo.
Oh no.
It's a little bit dizzying because you can't tell what direction is what. You know, it's almost like you're spinning a little bit. It's a very odd sensation, and it really is most unpleasant for you as someone who always has a sense of direction, you know, can't get lost in a maze kind of person. And this is like they took that away from you. Oh, it is very unsettling. A couple of the guards knock on the door. Please open the.
I open the door. Yes.
Lady Vin. Why, yes. All right, you have the masks, please. You just can't know where they're going, okay? For everyone's to wear a mask. I need 2 people to get out. One will ride inside here with you, and we have a rider, and 2 will be on horseback. That we will lead them by the reins. So choose who's going to ride horse and which 2 will stay here.
I'll get out the carriage.
I'll stay with Lady Vin if no one says it.
Okay.
All
And
right.
the driver-
I think I'll go out too.
The driver's told as well to get in. So the driver gets in. And he says, wait. I'm confused now. Wait. No, you get out. He tells the driver. Um, yeah, you three stay, and,
May.
and I'll be getting in. And so
So
it's
me and my friend and Lady Vin.
yes. Place these, and they hand you each one of these masks. And Lady Vin says, "Ah, black is my favorite color." And then puts it on and says, after a moment, "Well, this is most unpleasant. Can't we hurry, please? I don't think I like this." Yeah, well,
Oh no.
you grow accustomed to it. Yeah, okay. I am sure. Roze, outside, they walk you to a horse, tell you to get on the horse. They're going to
All right.
uh, grab on to the back of the reins, and there's like a rope that's on a hook in front of the horse in the bit. And they're going to hold on to that and lead you, basically, while you're on the horse behind them. And hands you the mask.
Does it look like that other mask I had before?
You say, I've seen this before. Absolutely.
I just kind of look at it and go, I need to stop taking these types of jobs and put it on.
Now everybody knows when you tried to describe it what it's like. And it also attaches to you, and that feeling of vertigo returns, and you feel lost. He says, "Hey, I'd hold on to the reins because, who knows?"
I
when you
hold
fall."
on. I just kind of sit on the horse like this.
I can just picture later Aranda on the day, hey, I want to try something, and they take out like a blindfold. Ah, shit.
No.
All right, we're off. And you hear the horses go, and suddenly the carriage starts to go, and it's a little bumpy. So this is really weird. So you're definitely off-roading now. And
Okay.
the carriage is going for a little while. It's not too bad. You feel like it's going across grass, but even that is hard to tell. You do feel that things are jarring up and down, but it's not like it's really up and down. You feel yourself moving, but for the life of you, you don't know where that movement's coming from. Like, it's the weirdest thing, where you would know that if you're sitting and you're bouncing, you're going up and down, right? You're moving, but what's up? What's down? You don't know. You just know that you're moving, and it's like it's in any direction, but all directions are any direction. All directions are all directions. There are no directions. And it's like floating in space, but you don't know which direction you're floating. And it's just most unpleasant. And it kind of forces you to focus on trying to not retch for one, and trying to like gain your bearings. It's it's like it's like your phone when it's trying to get a bar, and it just keeps circling, and it starts to get there, and then it doesn't, and then it doesn't, and it just keeps on searching and searching. That's what your body's trying to do. It's trying to find one bar of service. It's trying to figure this out. You're like that compass that keeps spinning, la brújula. It's just spinning,
Yeah.
you know.
Cyrus wanted to say something.
Yes.
Yeah, I was waiting. Can I try to take the blindfold off? Since I put it, can I try to take it off? I don't know.
You go to grab it, and you can't quite grasp it. It doesn't. It like slips from your fingers, from your touch each time you do it, and it's hard to find.
Like it's glued to my skin.
Yeah, but then it's also hard to
Oh
find.
no.
You're moving your hand in the air, and you
There's
go.
not even a note
Well,
on,
it's
on
like
the.
your brain knows where your face is, right? But suddenly your hand
Yeah.
doesn't know, and you're just reaching out all over the place, and you hear a voice. Yeah, you might not want to do that. You're hitting me, and you feel someone grab your arm and like kind of just put it down. Yeah.
Yeah, I stop. I will not say anything. I just put my hand down and try to not puke, I guess, because vertigo is the worst.
Yes.
It's best to
I'm
just
holding to the
it's
holding
best
on
to
to
just
the
wait.
life.
And time goes on. Lady Vin is saying, and then she says, after about 5 minutes, not that I'm complaining, of course, this is a most wonderful ride that seems to make no sense whatsoever. But how long must we endure this? Just curious. I'm asking for a friend. And he says, yeah, about 15 minutes more. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
And
Can I ask something? real quick?
yes,
Where's Hugh?
You're still
Like,
out front on the cart, the carriage.
Like he's on the carriage, but he's with the driver.
yes,
I don't know.
Yes,
Who
the
is-
replacement driver.
the replacement. driver.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, and the first driver.
Hugh, I need you to
don't
roll
get
me
it.
a Constitution saving throw.
Huh?
Constitution saving throw, please, Hugh.
Oh, right. Uh, 15.
That's pretty good. Hugh, you remember all that chicken?
Oh
You
no.
shouldn't have eaten.
It is all kind of floating up in your throat a bit, but
Oh.
you're tough. And somehow you find a way to stifle it, because in your mind you're thinking, oh my God, I can't throw up because I don't even know what direction I'd be throwing up in. I could be throwing up in my own face. I mean, you wouldn't know where to go. It'd be the most horrible thing ever. And you find it
That
within
gotta be pretty
yourself.
bad.
Hold on to all
I-
that
I'm-
chicken.
I must say, I'm not throwing up because of that. I'm just not throwing up because I think that will be rude with the person that is driving the cart.
Well,
Aw.
that would be most rude. And if you find that you can't hold on, please let me know, and I will grab your face and point you in the right direction. I do not want this on me. I don't get
It's
paid
okay, it's
enough
okay.
for that.
It's okay. I'm okay. And I'm holding with my hand like hard to the seat.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I am not in a good place.
Oh no, this is awful.
Poor Hugh.
That's
my
the
God.
worst sensation.
A few moments pass after it's been 10, 15 minutes, and suddenly you hear like the end of the clopping, and you first. You feel a hand behind you, and it does some kind of like little pinching thing or something, and the mask comes off, and in just one split second, it's like the whole world collides inside of you, and then you're okay. But when you get down off of the carriage, now, not to be picking on you, Hugh, but roll on acrobatics.
A saving throw?
No, just a check.
Oh,
There's no acrobatic saving throw.
oh my
Yeah.
god.
Because of all that,
Or
you're still really kind of sort of spinning, and you hit the ground and fall.
Oh no.
But you're
he
okay.
died.
Rose,
Just
thank you.
falling and
You feel a hand come from behind, and poof, the mask is off. And
Thank you. Ugh, I hate those things. I just kind of take it off my lap and drop it onto the ground.
yeah, please don't do that. And he goes, walks over and picks it up. And the guy in the car
Please don't put that on my face again.
won't come.
Fair enough.
In the
Get
carriage,
off the horse.
to all three of you, boom, 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 and holds out their hand. I will collect those.
This is the worst blindfolds I've ever used, and I will give it to him.
I've been in a ship with ongoing storms, and that was worse. Incredible.
So over here, yes, please step down. All
Imagine
right.
using that while you are on a ship in a storm.
That brings memories. Shall we go? Just get out.
So
I'll offer my hand to Lady Vin. She gets off the carriage.
you guys find this like thick tree line behind you, kind of goes off into the distance, and the tree line on the other side of you to your right, curving around, very thick and dark. Can't see anything through these trees. And where you're stationed, you kind of, you can't really tell where you came from, but actually, passive perception, no. I guess if any of you want to roll perception.
Let's see how this is gonna go.
I'm still a bit dizzy. I'm not gonna roll.
Yeah, right.
let's
Yeah,
see.
you.
Everyone gets to roll.
Roze is a 2. Clarisse an 11. How about Cyrus?
Oh, I
Yes,
did
yes,
that
a
twice.
10.
The first one was a 10. Yeah.
Damn
Lady Vin pulls on Clarisse's arm for a moment, and with her eyes looks back, and you see like little ruts, very imperceptible ruts in the grass that show where show the direction that the carriage came from. And you can see that they made a circle or a semicircle, just so if you were thinking it was coming from straight back, it wasn't. You can tell, you can see like where it turned, where they made a turn just to park for no reason whatsoever other than to throw you off. And you can kind of see like where it was going, and it's really, instead of behind you, it's really kind of ahead of you and to the left where you came from. And you look in the distance, and it looks like a wall there, like some kind of big rock or something that you don't remember ever seeing anything like that in the landscape over here. It's kind of odd. And they interrupt, and she wanted to make sure that you saw that. And they said, okay, we'll take care of the carriage, and I guess have fun. And they start walking off. And now that suddenly you see like this opening to a cavern. And there's 2 torches lit outside, one to each side of this opening. And as you look at it, It's just looks like an abandoned mine from who knows when. Old entrance, just nothing out here at all. Impossible that just what the heck could be there, right? And to the left are two what looks like I guess workers we'll call them. Don't want to call them guards, but kind of that are registering people as they're entering. There is someone outside who they're kind of going over their body with, and they walk in, and you notice that it is a centaur female and this half orc male, and he's got on some type of leather armor and has like a big hand axe that's just kind of uh, against the wall of the cavern on the outside, placed there by the handle, leaning against it. And the centaur has a bow strapped around the back. And there is this spear that is lodged into the ground. And the centaur is actually quite striking. She has this flame red hair in a really nice tight braid going all the way down the back. And it's strange because it looks like as if it's in her back, and then it's like almost connected to the mane, and the mane continues on her back, also kind of a like a mix of red with some dark blonde color going all the way to the tail, and the tail has a really nice um, yellowish blonde hue to it. The body itself is this um, kind of cinnamon color sheen to their coat, and she has on this black jacket that's covering her chest, and it's opened up a little, and her chest seems to be um, middling chest. It's not anything that's gonna burst out on anyone. But what's noticeable is that this jacket only goes down to about midriff, and part of the abdomen's showing, and it's a little bit chiseled as it goes into the body of what looks like also a very formidable horse body that is in what we would call pretty good shape. And
The best looking bouncer in the world.
the orc,
I look at Cyrus like,
the orc is just an orc
Cyrus was last.
wearing some drab clothes, has a belt that looks like it's too small for them. It wants to bust at the seams, but trying to keep this little like tunic, this coat inside of it. Like someone told him, you have to put the belt on the outside, and his pants and these boots, and over that is some leather armor, and has hair that looks like it hadn't been combed, but you see the centaur nudge him and says, well, come. Gonna
I
come
walk
in.
over. I go, Lady Vin.
Of course. I am Lady Vin. I believe, here I am. Pulls out this little card that's folded. Oh, my invitation. Takes it. Yeah. Who are they? Those are my guards. They must come with me, of course. I have already told them to be. I have always traveled with my guard. It's unusual. I have to check everyone. Well, what good is a guard if they don't have at least one thing on? Of course.
I just kind of stand there. I obviously have a light crossbow on my side and a scimitar. Like they're not hidden.
Start with you. And Lady Vin walks by and raises her hands, and the centaur, feels her down, turns around. Yes, let's go forward. Next.
I'll step over and put my arms out.
No crossbow.
All right. I take it off and hand it to her.
All right. Just kind of gives you the once over. Sorry, you don't look that dangerous.
Oh, great. Okay, that's fine.
Follow on. Next.
I know, Lady Vin. Don't look that dangerous.
If you need to know, I have 2 daggers and the quartz stuff. So I have weapons.
No, those are weapons. Next.
I'll go next. Well, I have 2 daggers, a rapier, and a short bow. Should I give you the
I'll
short bow?
take the bow.
All right. I give her the short bow.
Okay, it goes next to the crossbow. And who are you? And you
Hugh.
see her suddenly like grab her braids and kind of like pull on it and straighten and really look Hugh up and down.
Name is.
Are you
I
muted?
don't have crossbows.
Oh.
I don't have anything like that. I have an axe.
So do I. Can I see it?
I will scream at them. He's an amazing dancer.
I blush.
I'm sorry.
And I take the axe out and I show it to her.
Oh. This is a fun. But what a beautiful sky.
Oh,
Thank
you.
Where did you get this?
For a seller, Hakim
Nasir.
Nasir. Thank you, Nasir.
Whispers. Nasir.
I imagine the 3 of us are like heads together, like watching, like
in cartoons where one head is on top.
Oh my god.
And like,
this was in the city?
To be honest, I don't know. But you can go to Cafe Kasim and drink some coffee, and he will tell you where is Nasir.
I've never been in the city.
Oh, well,
Invite her.
When is this game became a dating sim?
do you want to go to city?
I would love to go, but my job.
Yes, I understand, but maybe one day that you are free or
I
something.
I would love that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you have a break later, and you can talk to me.
Uh, sure,
Lady Vin looks
sure.
back and says,
After we finish work,
uh, "Are we
first we
ready?
have to work.
Come, come. Well, this axe is rather large. Do you have anything else?"
Other things large, yes.
I swear to God that if you go see the color behind his hair, his facial hair, you will see a full red. Again, he just takes two hand axes and
Ah,
this is everything.
okay. Keep the hand axes. I will take your axe and put it next to mine. And grabs it and
All right.
lays it right next to hers.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
Your name was?
Hugh. My name is Hugh.
Hugh. I am Lai Tirnacha.
Inaha.
Lai Tirnacha.
Oh.
You can call me Lai.
Nice to meet you, Lai.
Nice to meet you, Hugh. Run along. I'll be here. And
I'll be.
you see the
I
orc
will see.
with his hands crossed and
Uh-huh.
he's just looking like this. He's shaking his head. Really? Come on. And
I
Lady
will be
Vin
back.
turns around.
And I go in and I go in following the rest of the team.
Lady Vin goes in, and you guys see. Suddenly, you hear a lot of voices, and it's amazing how from the outside you couldn't hear anything, and as soon as you start walking into this little entrance, well, heck, guess what? I have a map. Why don't we see the map?
Ooh.
Oh,
And I will put you on it.
Wait, I have to zoom in. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna zoom in because it's really small. How's that?
I kept zooming out, and then I was like, "There's a tiny speck." I was like, "Oh, too far."
Yeah.
Good.
And for some reason, it's not wanting to. It's not showing up or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Maybe it's delayed.
It is there, but it's like down, like really little.
So as you're in this little entrance, you see this cart, and in that cart, there is behind the cart, there is this female orc who is how can I put it? Scantily dressed orc female. That has a blouse that doesn't fit whatsoever. And it's almost made of this like sheer see-through material. So now you know what orc things look like. And has this like, it's not a loincloth, but it's like a skirt made of some type of leather that barely covers anything that's in large proportions. So it's a pretty wide leather skirt covering. And
She just has has like a belt.
Yeah, basically. Almost
It's a
naked.
wide belt. That's it.
And she's got like braids. All her hair is braided and down and has like beads in them and has on this makeup that's way too much, but for a purpose because she's got like this cool white circle around the left eye and it's got some black and it goes out to, I mean, this isn't Kiss, but it goes out to like a spike at top and then the bottom it's like this teardrop and then on the
Oh, damn.
yeah, on the other eye it's just these tones of like um violet and the way she has it where it comes out like the eyeliner comes out way almost to the ear, really strange and but kind of interesting to look at. And she says, hey, we have free drinks for everyone, refreshments before you go in, they are free.
One.
I'm working.
Yeah, I'm
Unless-
thirsty.
So
I
there's
ask her,
like
did you do this?
there's like some
yourself?
bread and some cheeses on a plate and like some little goblets, but they're goblets that have no stem, right? So it's like those if you've seen
Yeah, I
those
like
wine
those.
glasses that they make that just go to, you know, that have they're stemless, I guess we'll say. And there's some type of wine that seems to have some type of spices floating inside.
Oh,
And Lady Vin says, no, thank you. I think I'll pass. I am ready to.
I look to the rest of the group and say, we're working. No alcohol.
Is this alcohol?
Kind of look at them and say, don't drink it.
May I?
And I'm not gonna drink, but I take a little bit of cheese and I eat it.
Okay.
I will whisper to Clarisse, maybe if we are coming back the same way we came here, alcohol might be a bad idea. So, following
And
Rose's,
she says, oh, you gotta drink up. We're here to have
May I?
fun. Aren't you going to have fun?
May I?
Yes and no.
I just
We
said
are
I'm
here.
working.
We are here to make sure that others have fun.
Well, they are with
And for
me,
that-
and we must go now. But thank you very much, dear. And please don't catch a cold, as it gets drafty in these old
Bye-bye.
mine shafts.
that's shade. Oh my god.
I know. Like, as she walks off, I'm be like, hey, what material is that?
That's I think it's called gauze. Is it in Elvish is Gaza, but I don't know if I don't know
Yes.
what's the right word in common.
You mean this?
That's
Yes.
in a bit-
It is rather nice, isn't it? So eat
Oh
up
yeah,
and drink.
very nice.
Okay, let's go. We must go. We must go.
I'm actually interested in the material, but I'll come back. Walk in.
I'm sure you are interested in the material. Sure.
Look around like, and as we walk in, I'm like, don't you think that my friend would look good in that?
So, we must
I
go
think so.
now.
Yep, I'm walking, being a good bodyguard. I give that evil eye to anyone who's like looking at us like, back off.
Oh God!
Hugh.
Tonight we earned the name of the Horny Dilemma. I swear.
Just wait. Hugh,
Oh
need-
no!
I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh no.
All right.
Oh no.
Obviously,
Not
no one
eating
knows
cheese.
this. No one knows this. Remember. 9.
Nice.
Hugh, I need you to have place yourself. Well, I can do it myself. Giving you 1 level of exhaustion. Why is my mouse not? If my mouse works, I will give you 1 level of exhaustion. And here we go. Add condition.
Yes.
Exhaustion. You have 1
Alright.
level of exhaustion. You will have disadvantage on wisdom and charisma saving throws. That is off roll. Specifically, wisdom and charisma. So, Hugh, on roll, I will tell you that you feel kind of lightheaded, and suddenly you look at this orc who's not even hardly dressed, and it just seems a little funny to you.
I go.
As a matter of fact, Hugh,
Psychotrist.
everything seems a little funny to you.
Funny, like weird, or like he's laughing. He's
You don't know. The one I know, just weird.
Off roll, like you might eat a brownie.
Well,
Very special
candy from
brownie
strangers.
that I do not condone. If there's anyone under 18 that ever watches this, I do not condone. Boy, I sure am hungry right now. And boy, that would be fun. DMing with brownies. All right. You guys walk forward, led by Lady Vin. And as you get inside, you suddenly hear a lot more voices. You find this large cavern that has steep steps that take you down. As you can see where Roze is, it starts to have these steps. They take you down into this cavern that has this big pit in the center of it, and it's deep. All around you are nicely dressed people that are just standing at the edge of this pit. They have different foods in one hand, and all of them have some type of drink in the other. It's an odd image. You are in what is obviously some super abandoned mine from God only knows how long ago, and there's nothing but dirt. Now there are sconces on the walls that have torches to give lighting to the whole affair, but you're basically in the middle of a cavern of dirt. There's no nice floors or rugs or anything like that. You're in the middle of a cavern with a pit and dirt. And here you have all of these. It's like the people you saw when you went to when you go to Café de Cassin. You know what I mean? And you see all these people that seem uppity. You had found a bunch of uppity people, and they are all looking down into this pit. And there are also walking around the room some people who are commoners. They're carrying trays. They appear to be help. You know, they're bringing stuff to them. And, you know, there's these at least 5 nobles, and some of them have people hanging on to them, we'll say. One noble who seems to be a little bit round of belly has a very young, very thin boy, kind of between boy and man. They're laughing and drinking with him, and the others
Are
have.
the drinks the same? The same the orc woman was offering,
Yes, they all seem to
or
have the same drink, so you should have had
Mm.
some. You know,
Oh, yeah.
everyone's drinking it. You know, yes, and they're all eating the same
Everyone's
food,
high here.
and they're all eating the same food, and they're laughing and they're having a good old time. You also notice that there's 4 guards, one kind of in each corner that kind of patrol. They walk a little this way and that way, and they're keeping their eyes on everyone. As soon as you guys come through, the one that's to the right in the the far corner, and the one who's kind of behind you to the left, there's one. Boy, they both kind of eye you guys. But
I
they
eye
will
them back and
approach.
give them a little nod, like, "Hey."
You also notice that there is an opening pretty far away to the right. Oh no, the other side of the pit. There's this opening. And there's like you see a few mushrooms or something that are coming right out of that opening that lead to this cavern. To the far side of the cavern, way out across, there seems to be an opening as well in this area. And over here, you see a ledge that is like 10 feet up, like a shelf. Don't know what that is, but there's like a shelf that goes off 10 feet high in that area. So you see all these commoners walking by with trays, and everyone's looking into the pit. And Lady Vin walks up, and one of the commoners comes by, and she grabs one of the drinks and holds it. And the commoners go to you and say, no, they're working. They're with me. Please, find yourselves a space and here at the wall over here. She points over here for you to stand there. And when she turns around, kind of puts a finger up towards her eye, makes a little motion, and turns around and says, well, hello. There's a noble that's near her, sees her, and there's another one. They're both kind of rushing to see who gets to her first. And she goes off and starts talking to him over
Before
here.
I go stand in the wall, I'm gonna take a look in the pit and see what's there, and then walk over.
Well, you don't have to roll perception for that. Yes, roll perception.
All right.
There is no one currently in it.
Oh.
And yeah, you can't see anything else. And because there's so many people around here, it's really hard for you to make out any other details, but you didn't see anyone in it. The rest of you are going to also take your posts.
What's in there, Roze? What's in there, Roze? Could you see anything?
Dirt.
Dirt? Just dirt.
Cyrus, you?
I will look at the pit as well. Since it's weird for them to have a pit full of dirt.
What's the big deal with dirt?
I will
So come on
look
in.
inside.
Come on in and roll perception and take your post. Oh, wow. So Cyrus, as you come in, you see all these people, and you don't obviously move anyone or anything. There's nobles around, and no one's going to be moving them.
Yeah.
You look in. You take a really quick look. You don't see anyone, but there's like some kind of red. I don't know. Red. It's like red colored. Different places and splotches and all down there. A lot of old, dried up red substance that reminds you of blood.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's coming in.
I think it's.
Take your posts inside.
Yeah, I'll tell Clarisse and Roze that I think it's a fighting pit. There are red. There is red dirt down there.
Wow,
I don't.
that makes more sense.
Yeah.
There's also a
Everywhere.
shovel.
And the shovel.
And
I'm
a
gonna
shovel.
stand next to the guard that's over here
Okay.
or wherever they are.
Definitely looks
not
at you
like-
as you're approaching. And he's
Just
wearing
like
a
them
helmet
are.
and everything. He has sword, looks like a long sword, a shield on his back, wearing chainmail. He ain't playing around. He's got a helmet on.
I kind of look at him and I say, "Hey, has anyone been causing you problems today?"
Do I know you working?
No, but I work for Lady Vin, and if they've been causing you problems, they'll cause her problems. So I need to know.
Oh, you're working too. Yeah, well, they shouldn't cause problems. They're all in a lessened state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed your friend outside peddling.
Oh, they're all willingly participating.
Hmm.
Yeah. It wouldn't be bad to do it myself, but I'm working. And one of the
Yeah.
guards, you could hear from the other side, the one behind you to the left over there, and he's, please,
I just kind of look at the one I'm next to and like, that's the party pooper, isn't it?
Move over about 5 feet, okay? To the left.
All right.
Hugh's in here. Where's Cyrus? Cyrus, you gotta be in here somewhere because you were looking in the pit.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
All right. So, after a few moments, you just noticing all these kind of, and Lady Vin, you see her like, laughing like as if he's saying something funny, and as her keeps putting her hand on his shoulder and on the arm, and after a few moments, he suddenly turns and says, "Oh," and he starts clapping, and they're all looking around. All the nobles are looking around, and one of the nobles that's all the way across, one of these guys with a tray, one of these commoners with a tray was walking over there. Once they took the drink from him, he took the tray out of his hands and pushed him into the pit. And you see this guy falling. It's a good, the pit's like 15 feet deep, well, it's probably about 10 feet deep. It's hard to tell, but between 10 and 15, it's down there. And the guy falls all the way. Oh! And everyone's cheering, hey! And they're looking around. And then one of the other ones that was to the right side notices that, man, his eyes go huge. And he drops the tray and tries to take off, but a noble grabs him and trips him by the feet, kicks one of his feet under and grabs him, and then another guy helps him, and they both one grabs the pants, the other grabs the shirt, and they toss him in. And you hear this other noble that's over here, and he says, "Lords and ladies, I present to you 2 nobodies that will fight to the death. So, what can we distinguish about them? What? Sorry. One of them has the dark-haired versus the light-colored hair. Please place your bets." And everybody's starting to talk to each other, and you see people passing coins to each other. And the 2 commoners are down there, and they're like just looking at each other and looking up, like they don't know what to do, right? And suddenly you see one of them, look at the other, and they shrugs, and they both look at the shovel, and nobody knows what to do. And okay, I believe the bets have been placed. I will explain to our layers the rules. I didn't quite get your names, but starts the my name. Please, we don't care. Um, you want to live? Grab the shovel and dispatch the other one, and then you can bury them with the same shovel. If you win, you live. Go.
Where did you live?
The dark-haired one is like staring like and then the other one like bolts towards the shovel, grabs the shovel, and shrugs his shoulders and says, "Sorry, Bill," and whack, cracks him across, misses the head a little bit, cracks him across the ear, and catches him in the neck. And the guy shouts out and kind of goes down on one knee and gets up and then is looking around everywhere as here comes the shovel again, but in a swing to the left, catches him in the body. And so the dark haired guy gets hit again and stays on his feet, rushes to the back of the pit. You know, the nobles are screaming and laughing and cheering. And the guy's he grabs a rock in one hand, and it's not big enough, and he tosses it out and goes and grabs another rock. And while he's doing that, the other one's just running full speed and bam, catches him in the back this time. Guy goes down on the ground. And it's almost as if the lighter head guy is starting to really get into it. As everyone's cheering, he actually raises his hands up with the shovel and goes up into the sky like, yeah, yeah. When the other guy turns around, he was on his back, on his chest, right? He got knocked in the back and he went flat. He turns himself over. It's almost like he remembers what the guy did, tripping him. Takes his 2 feet out, puts them around the left foot of the guy and trips him down, and suddenly trips down, and the shovel goes flying, and you suddenly see, as he's on the ground, the black-haired guy get up, who's bleeding from the neck, and grabbing this pretty large rock, and lands a hit pop, on the other guy's head. The rock comes back up, dripping blood, and he starts to land it again and just drops the rock. And boo, boo, boo. That was too soon. People are upset. And then some of the guys, pay up, pay up, pay up. And so the light-haired guy doesn't move. Kind of one of his legs twitches. Sorry for the description, but his legs kind of still twitching, but the eyes look lifeless. And the other guy kind of lowers his head and just grabs the shovel and starts digging. While that's happening, everyone's been paid, and he claps twice. Inside the pit, you start hearing some hissing sounds. And you notice, anyone who's looking and watching this spectacle would see that there are actually some cracks in the walls of the pit. And these viper snakes come slithering out. And it takes a moment before the once victorious figure, Bill, notices and realizes that, those snakes aren't there for the dead body. And he's trying to fend them off with the shovel. And he actually hits one of them with the shovel and catches it in the head. But the others are too fast. He gets one cheer out of the audience, and then ooh, as one viper bites, and then they all bite. And
Oh, how many vipers are there
what's that?
that I want to attack the snakes? Or are there too many?
There's two.
Two?
There's
I
two.
will use a fireball to attack one of the snakes. I just cannot stand and watch. This goes against everything. If he believes. This is nation. Well, he will attack one of the snakes, try to save at least one guy.
Okay.
I will try to do it sneakily. I don't want to be too
Healthy as
obvious.
possible.
Well,
Healthiest as possible.
I need you. Do a sleight of hand because it's coming from your
Sure.
hand, right?
Yeah.
Roll
I don't need
sleight
a
of
lot of stuff
hand.
to. This can go.
11.
Average.
All right. Now
Yeah.
roll your attack.
There we go.
Okay. So, so what everyone sees is
So you killed the guy.
suddenly a hand comes
Bingo.
out and shoots a firebolt, and it goes. It's hard to tell who it was aimed at, whether it was aimed at the guy or whether it was aimed at the viper, and the crowd goes whoa, like as if it's part of the show, and they got all excited. And Lady Vin, if anyone who's looking,
I'm looking at her and I'm looking at the guy who's talking. Like I just keep bouncing between the two of them.
She steps back from the crowd, looks over at you guys with a wild look, and shakes her head like, and puts the hand out like, and
I'm
turns
not
around.
looking at
Oh,
her. I'm
a very half-hearted clap and laugh, and still has the wine in her hand, but you also, if you've been watching, notice hasn't taken any sips. And one time, as the guy, he's all excited, right? And and some of it spilled out, and he's, I'm so sorry, kind of thing. That's that turn. Are you doing anything else?
That guy, I want to just like remember him, his face, his like countenance, his general personage.
Okay.
Make sure I remember him.
He has a black mustache. And we're how far away? You're about 5, 10, about 25, 30 feet away. So it's hard to tell. But he's wearing this red jacket that you can definitely see. It's very red jacket. And he has in one of his hands this like staff or cane that has on the end of it like this how can I put it? He has like this ball on the top of it that he uses to grab, and it gives off like off of the torch lights, it like seems to flicker, so it's like as if it was a diamond, which there's no way that could be a diamond. Come on, into this cane. That would be like, oh my God, that's worth who knows what. But
resurrection smell.
But it's like, it really reflects light, and it just kind of, notice like when he has it in his hand, and he usually has the diamond part in his hand, but when he picks it up and he cheers, it catches the light, and you can even see like if he turns it, it's kind of like reflects a little bit onto the ground and makes like these little figures on the ground and all. It's interesting, these like little shapes appear, and you can't miss that. And from what you can see from him is just this red jacket, this shortcut hair, and this black mustache. You are kind of a little bit of ways from him, but no one else has this staff like he does. This cane in his hand.
I'm gonna lean into the others and say, "Hey, I'll be right back." I'm gonna start like just walking around, like I'm making sure no one's doing anything bad. Like the guards are kind of like keeping a lookout, and just do that, and just make my way slowly around the room.
Now it's just people watching how these snakes are trying to, get rid of these guys, but they're, you know, they are. By the way, when I say snakes, I want you to visualize. What I meant was humongous snakes. So this isn't just what would we call regimental snakes. These are giant snakes. Would you like to see an image of them?
Yes.
Oh, maybe it won't. Can you see that? No, I guess you can't. Sorry. I guess it's not showing. I guess I'd have to I'll just add it to the encounter. Not that you're having an encounter with it, but just saying. I believe now it'll show you.
Oh God, no! It's just like right in your face.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you wanted to meet me? There you go. Now you know what this snake looks like. And just to give you an idea, there's a token. I'm not gonna,
It's a big snake.
It's
a large.
It's very large snake. So it is. There's two of them. One of them is now starting to begin the process of swallowing one of the guys, the one that was dead, and the other one, the one who's also now dead. And people are just kind of watching, but now they're talking, and they just look every once in a while to see how it's progressing, but doesn't, not as interesting as it was before. And after a moment, and Roze is making her rounds, Lady Vin comes back and waves to you guys to come.
Right? It was around here, right?
She was over here. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Cyrus doesn't move. He's staring at the crowd with rage. For the first time, it's rage, what you see.
I'll just try to get my arm around his and go like, come on, we have to make face.
And
Starts
Lady
walking,
Vin is
but
got.
you can feel
Go ahead.
that Clarisse can feel tension on his muscles.
I'm
He's
sorry.
mad.
I'm sorry. It will be over soon, I hope.
Me too.
Lady Vin puts her arm inside the right arm of this noble with his red jacket, Roze. Now they're walking your direction. You can definitely see him straight on now. He's got a black mustache. He's got dark, I'd say, brownish eyes. Very distinguishing feature. His left eyebrow has like a piece missing in the middle, like a pretty good chunk. So his eyebrow starts and then stops and then starts, and has a scar.
Like a scar?
Well, it's hard to say, but he definitely has a scar on his left cheek going down. Looks like a pretty bad cut. And you see definitely, now that you're looking, my God, that looks like a diamond. There's no way it could be a diamond, but it looks like a very, large diamond, like a child's fist diamond on top of this cane. And
Is there anything I can roll to see if I know if it's a diamond?
I mean, you know diamonds, don't you? Roll. Just roll perception. Just a straight perception roll.
Oh, this is not going to end well. Aha! It's pretty good.
Yeah. He keeps it in his hand, but that brief glimpse where he picked it up and said, let's go. And
Sorry,
Put it in
okay,
his
just
hand
a
again.
sec. I'll be right back.
and says, well, actually, this would be a good time if you want to take a quick 5-minute break.
Sorry. That's it. I have to attend my dog.
Y'all want to take a 5-minute break or no?
No. He wanted to go into the kitchen. That's it.
Okay.
Sorry.
So you notice that he is he's got this red jacket that's opened up and it looks like some kind of like velvet or something, right? And he's got like a kerchief in the left pocket that's blue and wearing this blue silk shirt underneath. And it looks expensive. And his pants look expensive. He's got these black pants that seem tailored to him. And he's wearing these kind of shiny, like they've been very polished black boots that have some type of jewel on the ankles. And everyone kind of watches him. And he's like, games, let's play games, everyone. Let's retire to the games. Come. And while they walk by you, Roze, you seem to notice with that roll that Lady Vin winks and says, as she grabs a little bit more into his arm and says, oh, Artuvius. That sounds like so much fun. So you caught the name Artuvius. And you guys follow. They walk this way to the north over into this little passageway right here and continue up here. So, continuing on.
Hugh, you should move too.
I'm just like,
Wait,
What?
where's Hugh?
I-
Oops.
Oh,
That's
shit.
good.
saw everything and did nothing about it.
Oh, I'll go back to get him.
Just noted Shard's kind of stuck on the same map still. You noticed?
What?
I'm going to close the map because Shard's stuck on the same map. There we go. I don't know why. Shard was having some issues.
I imagine like they were for me. I followed.
Are you okay, Hugh?
Yeah, I feel fine. Why?
Oh, we didn't see you just now. We thought you were following.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. But if something happens, you have to tell us. Okay?
No, nothing happened. Don't worry.
All right.
I saw the fight, but I couldn't do anything about it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. We are not meant to. So don't feel bad about it. It's not your fault, but we have to keep close. All right?
Okay. Okay.
As you enter this
And I
area, go ahead. Sorry.
no, I follow. Just I was
Okay.
just
Okay.
saying that.
Okay. You enter this area and you see there is a bunch of people, tables on the western wall that are filled with people with cards, some playing cards, some playing dice, some playing other things. They're yelling, they're having a blast, they're all laughing. To the right, you see a number of people, four of them, that have darts in their hands, and there's a big dartboard on the wall over here, and a guy's over here, sorry, and a guy starts yelling, "Players for the dart tournament, players for the dart tournament, 50 gold, winner takes all." You see a few of one of the guys that had the darts puts them down. He walks away. A couple of them are going to pay, and Lady Vin says, "Oh, you must watch. I believe one of my guards, I'm sure, would love to join this little tournament. They are quite good. Quite good. Any of you want to play darts?"
I just look at the rest of the troop.
I don't have 50 gold.
What surprise!
I just kind of lean over. I'm sure she's paying. Just
You know, the prize is going to be you play against someone, you win 20 if you win. If you lose 50. It's 50 to win 20. But
you get back the 50 then?
Well, you win, and then you win again, and you win 30. And then if you win the third round, you win 70. So you've got a chance to win 120.
And are you all right with us playing these games, my lady?
Yes, of course. This is what we've talked about, remember? I brought you here
Yes, of
because
course.
you are my champions. Please,
Oh,
come,
all right.
Artuvius. Let us sit over here. Give me another drink, dear.
I'm gonna go snag another drink from someone and bring it to her.
Well, he walked off to go get one, and she quickly
No,
said,
okay.
"Have you seen anything? There's a lot of chambers here. I wonder what is, how they'll be watching this tournament. I wonder what's over there, what's up above. Just kind of get a peek. Something somewhere. Oh, Artuvius, you've returned. But I have a drink. Now I have two. Oh my God, this is so great." She walks over, leaves you. What do y'all do? The tournament is starting.
Just gonna nudge Clarisse.
All right, all right.
Do you need money? I will give her 5 gold so she can.
Who's got the best ranged attack?
Clarisse.
Ranged attack.
Ranged attack.
I think it's you.
The biggest plus for a ranged attack.
Well, with a short bow, I have a +7.
Wow.
Does that count?
That's better than
That
me.
counts. What would you have with a dart? If you put a dart on your character sheet, what would it be? +7? Add a dart to yourself.
Yeah.
There you go. I don't know if anybody else has a +7. That's pretty dang good. My goodness.
I don't know how to add it. Let me see.
Well, it doesn't matter. You could just roll a 20 and we'll add 7. Not like you're attacking anybody.
All right, let's see how that goes.
Okay. You have
What
the 50
of
gold?
the 50 gold then?
What's that?
What of the 50 gold? Did Lady Vin pay them?
No, you don't have 50 gold.
I have 41.
Oh. And she looks around and looking at you like with a puzzled look.
I have 41. You have like 9.
I'm just gonna bump into Clarisse and like hand her some like 10 gold, like here.
Oh,
Alright.
excuse
keep
me,
walking
Artubius.
past.
Excuse me, Artubius. She pulls out. You see Lady Vin pull out a little pouch and toss it to you guys. Here.
I'll catch it.
And the guy who's calling everyone for the tournament. And your name?
Clarisse.
Clarisse. All right, so I announce you. This is the 50 gold. All right. I have everything. Okay, we're about to begin, everyone. Shh, shh, shh. We begin with, as everyone knows, the Great William. And this guy with long blonde hair and an open shirt, and he seems like he's had quite a few of those wines. He's yes, yes, everyone loves me. He grabs his darts. Everyone gets quiet. You see that there's another one. There's another guy too.
Can I try to give him disadvantage? Some like with, I don't know, distract him,
I don't know.
making him.
What are you gonna do?
Making him. I will then again stealthily try to make him smell a foul odor with prestidigitation. I want Clarisse to win. So I will sabotage everyone except.
So you're doing what exactly?
I will take some steps back and start I don't know, moving my fingers to cast prestidigitation, and you can make someone feel I don't know if someone or someone feel an odd odor. I don't know. I want to make him smell like something rotten, something that will distract him, so his aim is a little off.
Okay. I want you to roll. Just roll a 20 and add your spell modifier.
Can I like do an like an attack?
No, just roll a 20.
It's okay.
I mean, what is it? +5? Are you +5?
Yeah, plus 5.
Okay. Roll a 20. We'll add 5. Wow.
Ooh, nice.
So he goes to throw his dart. He goes to throw his dart, and all of a sudden you notice, ooh, and he throws it. The dart goes, doesn't even hit. And everybody, whoa. And he's just looking around. And sniffing. And everybody,
Are we all
what
right,
happened?
sir?
Oh, playing with them, obviously. And guy goes, gives a dart to the next one. And now we have the unknown player. No one knows the name. Throws his dart. Also misses. Well, and now we have Clarisse of the House of Lady Vin.
I mean, if you roll a 2, you're gonna win.
Let's see.
Well, it's pretty easy to win because it's in the range attack against an 8
That would be a
on
19.
the first one. So That is a 19. You hit it almost directly in the center, and the crowd cheers.
Oh, no, please, it's not.
And then they go another round.
I will do the same with the first guy.
Okay. Oh, I said advantage, but it was disadvantage. It was disadvantage, but he hits.
Yeah.
With the 23, he hits on the second one. A pretty good throw. The next guy hits, but not such a good throw. Hits like on the outside of it a little bit, but hits it. And now it's your turn.
Let's see.
Simple.
That's
16. You put it right
16.
on that center ring, kind of on the edge. That's 2, and everyone cheers. Whoa! And shh. Now, remember, it's the first to 3 successes. and he's like, and William's like, well, he's already missed twice. I'd rather drink. But let someone else win tonight. And he goes and he's smelling like his underarms and everything. And he walks off, grabs a drink, and kind of goes to where the card table is, but seems to be kind of weary about approaching it too closely. So the unknown player throws again. And it goes kind of sort of in the area. It hits. 2 successes. Now, Clarisse, can she win the first round?
Oh, I sure hope so.
And boom,
That's
lands
a
a
20.
hit. You win the first round. Now there's only 2 players.
Yay.
I'm sure you continue to the second round. You've now won back here. Second round.
Right.
You see them come out with this much smaller target. It's like they take a dartboard and they just cut circle from it. Now you have, just the inner circle, nothing else. And they hand you 3 darts
Right.
and hands the other one 3 darts. This time, Clarisse. Lead it off.
Oh, I start.
You're going to need a 14.
Let's see.
Ooh, that's
That's
a 12.
12.
First one misses. Oh, and he goes. Got a +5. Oh, 3-8. He misses. Man, I'm terrible. Everybody's, whoa. Second round, Clarisse.
That's a 21.
That's a 21. You hit it right in the dead center. And the crowd starts. Up, bullseye by Clarisse. The unknown stranger. The name. Stranger.
Oh no, I intimidated him for.
He throws a natural 1. He missed. Well, it's the first to 3. Third
Do I roll
round.
again or?
Yeah, you got to go again. You've hit twice? Once.
Oh,
Wow.
I broke that thing.
You put
your
one.
old dart, you hit it at the end of that dart.
You
It's like,
put
yeah.
one in the end of the other dart, and the crowd just erupts. Wow. Clarisse. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, we have what we like to call a dead eye. And everybody's cheering. They come out, and that is an automatic 25 gold. Excellent. Now,
Oh, nice.
and the unknown strange guy actually looks to you and claps.
I clap too. Like,
And then unleashes a hit. Boom,
Oh.
onto it. That's actually his first, right? Oh, that's one.
Mhm.
And the guy says, well, the Deadeye counts as 2. So that was 3. So second round, Clarisse wins again. And Clarisse take the third round, the most important, for the pot of 70 gold. If Clarisse wins, this will be 145. Not bad for a 50 gold investment. He goes and picks up that dartboard and comes out with this little tiny circle dartboard and places it. You're going to need an 18 to hit this.
oh, let's see.
Well, the Deadeye goes first. Then with a 24. Whoa! As you nail it
Oh,
into the center of this. And everybody, whoa, Clarisse. And you see now people are betting and over there, on who's going to win. And
oh no, the pressure.
a stranger comes and winks
Oh.
and
Oh,
puts
damn.
it right to the side of yours. The fletchings are touching. And does a slight bow to you and puts out his hand. Your turn.
Mm. See.
I will
What?
send a message to Roze.
Clarisse. Are you kidding me?
I go like, oh,
Clarisse. 26. I don't know how. I don't even know how there's space. But between the two darts, another dart goes into the center of them both. And they kind of both push out right and left as you nail one between the two. And I mean, a loud cheer erupts. People are just going crazy. He's like, Did I,
sorry,
Clarisse?
Nadia wanted
Strikes
to-
again. Yes.
sorry, Nadia, yeah.
I was going to ask Roze if I should try to give that guy a disadvantage, but I don't think you need any help. You're just destroying this guy.
He once again looks and bows his head. And now you're actually realizing he's a pretty good looking guy. He's got
Oh,
he's got hair down to his shoulders and wearing this black shirt that looks like cotton with kind of large, I mean, not trying to say 1970s, but kind of large collar and opened halfway, has a chain that you notice as he turns and does this, a chain with some kind of heavy ring hanging from it that bounces off of his chest. And he has the sleeves rolled up and he's wearing these like black leather pants, has on some really nice, cool looking quarter calf cut, or right above the ankle cut boots, and
mm-hmm.
has inside, like in his shirt pocket, there's a pocket on his shirt and there's like a white silk coming out of it. And he once again gives you that bow and fires his dart and does a shrug. Cannot compete with the Deadeye. Please finish this. Looks to you with his hand out.
Sure hope I can.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
And you miss. Oh.
Oh, you distract me.
Don't play with me, please. No toying with me. As he seems to concentrate, turn, and he throws one, and it misses. But you notice that it hits outside on the wall where yours did. Please, 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 please.
Oh,
This is
let's
your
see.
game. In this. Oh,
Nice.
jeez. And the 26, and he just throws the darts into the air and gives you a big clap. And
Are you
everyone's
to him
cheering,
too?
and the guy comes up to you and says, "We have a new champion. It's Clarisse of Lady Vin's House of Lady Vin." And everyone's cheering, and he's got all this gold, in a sack. And Lady Vin, your champion.
Instead of clap with my hands, I clap with my with my hook.
Nice. Clap, 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 clap.
The best
Yeah.
applause.
And you see some other people start to stomp the ground as well. And here comes Lady Vin. And she says, "Oh, I told you I had a champion. Here she is. Yes, please. I will take this gold when I leave. Just hold it. Don't need to count it. Even it's 100. Yes, of course, of course. A pittance. Stay there. Hold it for us. Hold it for us." And the guy that came up walks up and says, gives a bow and holds out his hand for Lady Vin. "I'd like to learn of this Lady Vin, your champion, and I do not believe we have met, Lady Vin. And congratulate on you having this wonderful champion." "Well, of course, I am Lady Vin." Holds out her hand. "And you?" He grabs it and gives a kiss, and then looks up and
This is-
says,
This is a nameless guy, right?
"Yeah, the nameless guy. Don't you remember? I am the stranger, the unknown stranger. You must like masquerade parties. Will consider me. You can call me the unknown traveler." And can I be introduced to your champion? And she says, "Well, of course, Clarisse." And he puts out his hand like he's waiting for you to give him your hand.
Oh yeah, give him my hand.
Which one, the right or the left?
The right.
That's the one you throw darts with?
I think.
Okay. You think?
Let me check. No. She's left-handed, so.
Okay. So he grabs the right hand and says, "No, please. I must
Actually, I
kiss.
think she's ambidextrous.
I must kiss the hand of champion. Please." You give him your left
Alright.
hand.
I guess I do. Yes.
He starts to bow. He bows to it. And when he goes to kiss, he doesn't actually make it all the way to your hand, but he gives you it's like a jolting shock, kind of, not in a bad way. Like firmness that he grabs it and he locks on your eye. And you see the chain come down and you see this golden ring that's hanging there. And something about that ring that just catches your attention. Don't know what it is, but it catches your attention. And he grabs your eye with his eye and says, "I have been bested by what I have seen, the best shot I have seen with it. You truly are a dead eye.
Oh, you will make me blush.
I am proud to lose to someone with such talent. And hopefully, Clarisse, we shall see each other again. You seem familiar to me."
Do I?
Well, yes.
Where? From where?
I don't know. Maybe in the, don't know, a more wet environment, but possible. I don't know.
Oh, now you're forgetting yourself. What do you say?
Yes, I don't know. Well, anyway, I don't want to
Boy.
keep you. I will be around, so to speak. And gives you a smile, a little grin, and roll perception.
Right? Perception. Oh my god.
Yeah. um, something
I-
about when he,
Yeah.
well, you're really not noticing anything because there's something about his penetrating glance. It's like it goes through you, and it really takes you aback. He has kind of a way, like when he grabbed your hand firm, it kept you from falling as you looked into his eye. It's very um, captivating, so to speak. Something about him, and then he releases you and bows to all of you and walks away. And someone comes up to him with the wine, and he waves it off. And kind of walks around, and he seems to be like scanning the crowd and just walking nonchalantly, but definitely kind of scanning the crowd. All right. So while all that's happening, is anybody else doing anything other than watching Clarisse?
I wanted to look around in the other room. Are the guards still in there?
Oh
Or
yeah.
do they follow the people?
No, there's guards in here as well.
Is it still the 4 guards at the corners?
Yeah, they're in there. They're just kind of standing at their post, so to speak. There's much less people in here now, though. There's only a few people that are still looking there like they're in this deep conversation and laughing and everything. But most everyone else came into this room and they started playing cards and dice and stuff like that.
Can I go to like right here? Where's the nearest like group of people in this area that I can kind of like merge into?
Well, there are some people kind of in the area that you're in, just straggling around. Behind you, you do notice all, these strange looking mushrooms that are coming out of this corridor that seem to continue into that area.
Are any of the guards paying attention to me or us as I'm gonna pretend like I'm interacting with these people, but not really.
Okay.
I just want to
And
wait until they're not paying attention to us anymore.
they're kind of not really paying attention to you. It's hard to say who the guards are looking at because remember they're wearing helms and it's just kind of hard, They're all just kind of staring off like bored looking.
Okay,
Are
I'm
you
gonna
trying to be stealthy?
I'm trying to be stealthy. I'm gonna look a little drunk and I'm gonna push one of these people into that pit.
Are you? Wow.
Just like I'm not gonna like push them. I'm gonna be like laughing and just like ha ha ha. Oh, sorry. Like I'm stopping myself from falling, but that's the end result.
Wow, I wasn't expecting that.
I know you.
Of course, y'all are not there. Y'all don't know about this. I need you to roll. Well, let's see. So, how are you doing? I guess. How about roll performance?
All right.
Because you are trying
let
to
me
do
down.
a performance.
Come on, you have a good charisma.
18. 18. So the crowd's standing there and they're laughing, right? And they look like they've definitely had too much already to drink. And one of these persons that's there with one of the nobles that just was the one, I guess, that kind of stood out to you because they had this really high pitched laugh every time with the snakes and all. Like they were really enjoying it a bit too much. And you kind of, I guess, you stumble a little bit and not, it's an imperceptible push. It's more of a stumble around, and they're like way too close to the edge as they're laughing and all. And they kind of look back like, whoa, whoa, like they're losing their footing, and their foot comes out from behind them. And they try to grasp onto something and just quite don't make it as and they fall into the pit. And they're, oh, everybody kind of yells a little bit, oh, and one of the vipers that's still there immediately thinking, hey, you know, it's on again.
Dinner.
Yeah, and they're like, oh my God. I can't. They're still laughing.
I just
like they can't control the laughter. Oh. Oh my God.
Come and help.
And the guards are come running. Well, I can't. In the pit, they're in. And they're, oh, it's okay. I can't believe.
Are they looking in the pit?
Oh yeah, they're all
As soon
laughing
as
and
the
they're
guards-
looking, and they're like,
As soon as the guards look into the pit, I'm
Yeah.
gonna cast Misty Step and go 30 feet into that corridor.
whoa.
It's
Okay.
like, oh, yeah.
They're all looking and like, oh my God, I can't believe we're gonna be talking about the night we were in here when Wilfred got eaten by the snake. What a fucking fool.
They're horrible people. That's
And
your
they're
friend.
laughing. You,
Oh,
Misty Step, show me where.
Oh,
right
that's a lot of fungi.
5.
I think
a
we
lot
are
of mushrooms.
away, like, where did Roze go?
Well, y'all are
Misty
still
Step
in the
right
tournament.
there.
Y'all are still in the tournament.
You're right. What?
This is happening while Clarisse is kicking people's butts over there.
Oh, okay.
You see this cavern's teeming with all kinds of colorful spiral-shaped fungi. Most of them are like rooted in place on the floors, and some are on the walls, and even some of them are kind of strange ones that are like hovering off the wall right at eye level. And you see a bunch of, how can I you see 2 yellow and 2 purple these, but how can I show you? I'm gonna have to add these. So there's 4 of them.
There's some bees I'm gonna leave. What the?
Hold on, you're about to see it. You see
Oh, right.
Oh boy.
these
okay.
guys, and they're working.
Okay.
So-
They don't look hostile. They're just harvesting or something.
Well, I mean, they're small. I mean, I know the token looks big on your screen, but they're small. They're not big, but they are humanoid. As you can see, they're small humanoids. So they're plant-like. They look like kind of like a mushroom fungus. It looks like a fungus. And as a matter of fact, until you saw that they moved, you thought they were just more mushrooms, making this like bush or something of mushrooms. Really, really strange. And 2 of them are yellow, and 2 of them are purple. And they're kind of like walking around, and some of them are picking up fungus, you know, cutting them from the floor, and one of them's taking it and they're picking them up and putting them into like this basket, and then he goes and walks off up here down this passage. The other ones kind of look at you, but they don't really pay attention, thinking you're another drunk that just walked in on them while they're working. They're
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the mushroom holder.
Are you being any kind of quiet, or are you just acting like you don't know what you're doing and you don't know where you're going?
I'm trying to be stealthy, but if I see anybody, I'm gonna act drunk. You want me to roll a stealth check?
Sure. Okay, 13.
That's good.
Once you start going down there, though, you see that there's another couple of them that you hadn't seen, and they're standing there and they look at you, kind of blocking your path. And one cocks his head, and the other one looks at you and cocks it the other direction and shakes it. Mm-mm.
I just kind of look at them and I go back and I pick up a mushroom and I come back and I hand it and I like put it out like, okay.
And you hear in common,
From the mushroom?
this is
I just kind of like look at the mushroom in my hand and I look at them. I was like,
yeah, and it's weird. The other one,
this?
the other one stops moving for a second, stays motionless, and like they close their eyes or something, and it's like, oh my god, that's just a plant there. That's not, it's like they're like walking plants. It's wow, it's a plant.
I'm gonna talk to the mushroom I picked and be like, where am I? Who are you? And I'm gonna look at it like it's gonna respond to me. Is there like more space behind him? Like, is there a hallway that goes past him?
Yeah, it's a long when it's dark.
Does it look like there's more of them in the hallway?
There are some down there, but one of them, the one you're following, is going way down there. And then you're seeing one starting this direction. They move kind of slow, but they're walking
All right,
this way.
I'm gonna turn around and be like, all right. Look at them like, goodbye, mushroom people. Like I'm confused and turn around and start walking back.
And then they're not moving. And it's like, you're thinking, did I just talk to plants? Because they're not moving.
Like,
They're motionless. And once again, they just look like a pile of mushrooms on top of each other, And the other ones
gonna
now
get
looking
here.
at you and then you walk, they're busy. You go back.
I'm gonna try and pretend to look like I'm putting the mushroom down. I'm gonna stick it in my shirt.
Wow, roll sleight of hand.
Oh, come on, dice. Don't be mean to me. Oh, it just drops onto the floor and I'm like,
It does. It does. No one moves. No one moves.
I just act like a drunk person and just like keep moving and hope they don't notice. I'm gonna head back to the party.
Okay. And at this time, you hear the eruption and you see everything happening where you see this interaction going on. And we'll say, as you come in, the unknown stranger walks away and everyone goes back to the games. And a few people look at you guys, but they're going back to playing and doing whatever they were doing before.
All right.
Oh, Rose, there you are. We couldn't see you for a minute.
Oh,
You okay?
I had to go to the bathroom.
Is there a bathroom here?
Not really. You just have to go outside.
Oh,
Talking about.
is that really?
Yeah. And you better be careful because someone just slipped and fell into that pit in there, and it was not nice.
Oh, and you fight?
No, they just tripped. I think everyone here is kind of drunk.
Oh, all right. Did they take him out?
There was a snake in the bottom of the pit, so I mean, it was faster than the guards.
Oh, oh no. All right. Did you see anything?
Sure, but we could talk about it over coffee.
All right. Well, I just won the dart tournament. I
Yeah.
won, like, well, how much was it? 145. I'm not sure if Lady Vin will want it.
I
But
mean,
I won.
it was you winning. Maybe you can get back the money and get the prize
Yeah, that would be nice.
she lent you.
I'm a little bit uneasy though. That man.
Yeah, he was behaving a little bit creepy, right? Like staring at you.
Not necessarily creepy, but he did say that he knew me from somewhere else. Couldn't point his finger at it, but that I look familiar, and I think I know him. He has a strange ring. But besides all that, we should go back to our post, right?
Which man was it?
Do I see him? Is he like in this area still?
Yes, he seems to be talking to some female noble over in this area, like kind of standing over where they're playing games.
Yeah. You see that man over there, the one with the hair like this long.
All right, I'm gonna snag a drink from somebody, and I'm gonna walk over there.
He sees you coming. He eyes you. He looks over.
Drink, and I try to hand it to him.
Thank you.
Let
Do not
him.
drink this. And then Noble looks like at you like, is it? I'll take one.
I hand it to the noblewoman. You have very good taste.
Yes, thank you. Goodbye. Help.
Oh, just one moment. My friend is very shy, and well, she wanted to know how she could get in contact with you later.
He looks at you, looks over. Please tell your friend that I will contact her.
All right. You two have a nice night, and I walk back across the room.
He continues to talk, and you guys notice he's got one eye on her, but that left eye keeps darting back to you. He seems very curious. And
About me or Clarisse?
all of you over there, he's looking, but he's pretending to give all of his attention to her, but he's definitely looks over and kind of gives like a little squint, like, who are you guys? And just keeping an eye out. Lady Vin comes and says, "Oh, Artubius, Can I bring my retainers? Yes, but they're not going to follow us. Only they won't meet her. Oh, yes, yes, of course. Well, but they will be in the room. They can follow me. You guys follow me, please. And they go into this area. And she's once again on her hands around grabbing his arm. And you follow them into this other chamber. You have steps that lead down to go into this chamber. It seems a bit damp in here. And you see a few more people, nobles, that are waiting in line in that north passage. They are in that opening to the passage on each side. You see these two large suits of plate armor, one to each side of that passage, right here. Just plate armor standing there, situated on each side of it. And then there's a line that's going to the north. And as you walk in, you notice that to the north, there is, you see like a body of water kind of entering into this cavern. You see a boat, a little rowboat that's parked there. And you see a line of nobles and merchants. There's about 6 of them in line waiting to meet their host. And towards the back, you see this strange creature, this human woman, half the body, with the lower body of a snake. And everyone is just focused on her and can't wait to meet her. Let me give you a kind of an image of what that looks like, more or less.
Do those suits of armor look like regular suits of armor on like an armor stand, or is there like someone in it?
You don't see any people, but roll Arcana if that's what you're trying to do.
Yes.
12.
Can I help? Can I help? Okay. You had advantage.
You're good in Arcana?
Oh, do I check myself?
You're good with Arcana?
I have +2 to Arcana.
Okay, that's fine. You give her advantage. That's a 20.
Much better.
They definitely seem like they're guards, suits of armor that seem, the way they're placed, it's like it's guarding the entrance.
Hmm.
They seem to have some type of, uh-oh. I keep losing my, my mouse. Okay, ready to see this one? Now, obviously without the weapon and stuff. But it gives you an idea of what you're looking at back there. Yeah.
All right.
So you see that, and let me place it properly. You see that, and this line of people that are just waiting to meet her, and they're talking, and the merchant seems to be right now discussing something with a merchant, and it bows and gives a small little, you see, giving this small little box and placing it on the ground and bowing and walking, and then the line moves forward, and that is where we end tonight's session.
After he gives it a box, does he just like come back out, or does he go further in?
No, he starts walking back out, and then the line moves up one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, come see the boss, give me a gift. Aha, saw you. All right, have a nice day. Sort of like.
Hard to say.
This is the line to
They
see Santa
definitely
Claus.
have a conversation, but you
The
know,
party favors.
hard to say.
Party favors. All right.
And that's where we end the session tonight.
Oh man, this is not a good situation.
You're learning things.
That's true. And I was like, how much of a commotion do I want to cause? Because I can get past these guys, but I think they would be very angry. And then I would make everyone angry. And maybe that's not something I want to do.
And interestingly,
Oh.
water. Enough water that a boat, small rowboat, can come into here is in. And where would that rowboat come from or go or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you
Yeah.
have more and more questions keep coming up. Hopefully, answers will be next week. You never know.
You know what I should have done? I should have grabbed the mushroom and squeezed it like a teddy bear and been like, "You're so cute." And kept walking like, "This is great."
Everybody wants to eat mushrooms. Every time I throw mushrooms into a game, they want to eat them or do something with them. I don't know, no one can leave
I'm not
mushrooms
eating or
alone.
drinking anything here with these crazy people doing drugs.
That is true.
Talking about can't go to sleep no more after you drink. I was like, oh, so this is a place giving you the sickness. No, I'm not eating anything. I'm not touching anything. I'm just no. This is a definite no.
Well,
damn, this
you'll
is
have to
so big.
find out next week what happens, what is happening, what is going on. Find out.
Wow, this is
I must say, you eat it for two reasons. First one, he wanted to be polite, and second, he was getting not just that, he was getting mixed signals like they are good, they are bad, they are like yeah, he thinks too much onto black and white way to see the things. So if it is bad, why is it opening food? If it is good, why is it suspicious? So just wanted to be polite and do the thing. He followed
If nothing else,
and he
he's checking to make sure everybody's going to be okay. Eat it. I'll eat it myself.
did. More or less, yeah.
But we will find out what happens next week as Lady Vin will meet the host, I suppose, and maybe find out why she was brought here, and who knows what you guys will discover, and hopefully leave. And then later on, Roze has a date.
yeah.
And that will be next week. So I will say goodbye to the stream, everyone. Goodbye, and to the dapper backseat, our good friend who started following.
everyone.
Looks like he came in. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Good night.
Nice.
Good
Thank you,
night.
Zibwolf.
Night.